Conspiracies have often been an interesting subject to talk about. Certain conspiracies seem so stupid that you can't help but laugh at them. There's no way these could be real. However, other conspiracies have some sort of merit behind them. Some may make you think. That's why today, we'll be reviewing Tier 2 of the Ultimate Conspiracy and Unsolved Mysteries Iceberg. Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. As well as shout out to you /Cicada1205 for making the iceberg. Many conspiracies on Tier 2 are much less well known, encompassing everything from killers to secret cults. The basement tapes are tapes found from the two perpetrators of the Columbine High School shooting, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. In a post made on r/Columbine, a deleted user describes the tapes. On the first tape, Eric and Dylan are together in the basement of Eric's house, with Eric holding a shotgun. He wears a Ramstein t-shirt and he's drinking from a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he's speaking to the camera with Dylan. They talk about the weapons they've obtained. Thanks to Mark John Doe and Philip John Doe, referring to Mark Maines and Philip Duran, we used them. They had no clue. If it hadn't been them, it would have been someone else over 21. Then Eric tells how his plans were almost jeopardized by Green Mountain Guns, the gun shop which called to his house because the clips were in. Eric's father picked up the phone and answered that he didn't order any clips. Nobody paid much attention to this. He also mentions the time when his parents found a pipe bomb in his house and when his mother walked past a bag where Eric's shotgun was hidden. She thought it was my pellet gun. Eric and Dylan look also very angry about their arrest for the van break-in, even though it happened over a year before. It's Dylan that says, "Fuck you, Walsh," the officer who caught both while they were stealing electronic equipment. Then they both take a tour of Eric's bedroom. It's full of illegal things, including his weapons. Thanks to Robin and the gun show. Robin is very cool, Eric says. Eric then talks about how he kept the weapons hidden in his home. His mother's found in a desk drawer clocks with different shapes, batteries, solar igniters that were meant to set off the propane bombs, which were already under production. Eric had pipe bombs hidden behind his CD collection. He also refers to 50 feet of cannon fuse in plain sight in his room. Eric then shows to the camera his terrorist gear. "What you will find on my body in April," he says. The second video from the basement tapes is dated March 18th. They are back again to Eric's house basement, of course. Things get even more serious because Eric and Dylan explain in detail why they want to kill as many people as they can. People taunted and mocked them in elementary school, in middle school, in high school. Adults wouldn't let them get their revenge, so their rage slowly grew. It's humanity, Dylan says. He points his middle finger toward the camera. "Look at what you made. You're fucking shit, you humans, and you deserve to die." It's time to open up for both boys. They speak endlessly about all the people who wronged them. "You've given us shit for years," Dylan says. "You're fucking going to pay for all the shit. We don't give a shit because we're going to die doing it." Dylan then asks Eric if the police will go through the entire video. Eric replies that the cops will chop their footage up into little pieces and show to the public what they want it to be. They also consider sending the tapes to different TV stations before the massacre. Then comes an iconic phrase. "We are, but aren't psycho," they say. The third tape is filmed at Dylan's house. Eric videotapes Dylan while he's trying to get a bit more experience with his weapons. Dylan is wearing a black t-shirt, the same that he would wear on the day of the massacre. Dylan is talking about his parents and he looks adamant when he says that there was nothing they could have done to stop him. You can't understand, no matter how much you think you can. Following Dylan's example, Eric talks about his parents. "They are the best fucking parents I have ever known. My dad is great. I wish I was a fucking sociopath, though I don't have any remorse. But I do. This is going to tear them apart. They will never forget it. Eric actually expressed regret to some extent. A segment of the basement tape shows him driving his car while he ponders about death. The final tape is very short. It's their final goodbye. Eric tells Dylan to say it now. Hey Mom, gotta go. These are Dylan's final words about half an hour before our little judgment day. I just wanted to apologize to you guys for any crap this might instigate. Just know that I'm going to a better place than here. I didn't like life too much, and I know I'll be happier wherever the fuck I go. So I'm gone. Then it's Eric's turn. Dylan holds the camera to record Eric's final parting words. I just wanted to apologize to you guys for any crap. To everyone I love, I'm really sorry about all of this. I know my mom and dad will be just fucking shocked beyond belief. We did what we had to do, Dylan speaks up. At the end of their last tape, they make comments about friends. Then Eric ends abruptly, the video saying, "That's it. Goodbye." The tapes are a subject of controversy, as they have never been released to the public. Many people speculate why, considering the existence of transcripts for the tapes. Supposedly, the tapes have been destroyed, but many question the legitimacy of that claim. The I-70 Killer is an unidentified American serial killer who killed 6 store clerks in the Midwest in 1992. Despite who he killed, he was dubbed the I-70 Killer as the places that he killed each of his victims were located only a couple miles off of Interstate 70. Of his 6 victims, 5 of them were women and 1 was a man. However, his one male victim is believed to have been mistaken for a woman, as he often wore a ponytail. The I-70 Killer was believed to have only killed 6 victims. However, after 3 more shootings of store clerks between 1993 and 1994, one of which survived, it was believed that the I-70 Killer was behind these shootings. Despite the evidence, it is unconfirmed whether the shootings were carried out by this famous serial killer. After months of searching and police sketches, the killer was suspected to be a man named Herb Baumeister from Westfield, Indiana. Baumeister was a businessman who traveled quite a lot, lots of the information pointing towards Herb being the killer. After investigating his home, 11 skeletal remains were found. All the bodies believed to have been missing people from around the time of the I-70 killings. However, none of them were females. All were male, and all were believed to be homosexual, providing an intent behind his killings. Shortly after, Baumeister committed suicide. Despite the signs pointing to Baumeister being the I-70 killer, there were no female bodies on his property, leading to 2 answers. Either Herb Baumeister and the I-70 killer were working together, or he was just another serial killer operating around the same time as the I-70 killer. The Max Headroom signal hijacking occurred on November 22, 1987, during the broadcasting of Doctor Who on Chicago PBS affiliate WTTW-11. An unknown man wearing a Max Headroom mask, a British fictional artificial intelligence character, hijacked the broadcast. Here's the video.
I'll get you a hot drink.
Some dry clothing.
as I can tell, a massive electric shock. He died instantly.
The generator? Oh, you're always so careful.
Who was this man? And what were his motives behind this broadcast? On September 20th, 1988, Tara Calico mysteriously disappeared near her home in Belen, New Mexico. The incident was widely believed to be a kidnapping. In July of 1989, a Polaroid photo of an unidentified woman and young boy, gagged and bound, was shown to the public after it was found in Port St. Joe, Florida. Family friends of Calico's mother believed that the woman in the photo was Tara Calico. Many contacted Tara's mother, who then met with investigators. After the photo was examined, Tara's mother believed that her daughter was in the photo, given the factors of time, growth, and lack of makeup. She also noted that the scar on the woman's leg also matched that of her daughter's. Scotland Yard examined the photo and believed it was Calico. However, the Los Alamos National Laboratory disagreed with Scotland Yard's examination, and along with that, an FBI analysis yielded inconclusive. As of 2021, no information of Tara's location has been given, and no arrests regarding the event have been made. Who kidnapped her? Who took the photo? And where is she? The Dyatlov Pass incident was an incident in which 9 experienced Russian hikers died on a hike in the northern Ural Mountains between February 1st and 2nd in 1959. Each of the hikers on the trip were aiming for their Category 3 rank for hiking, the most prestigious hiking rank, making them very experienced and capable hikers, only making the incident much more intriguing. On January 27th, the group of 10 hikers started their trip into the mountains, heading for Gora Ortoten. On January 28th, Yuri Yudin felt severe pain in his knee joints and was unable to continue the hike. He turned around and left the other hikers to continue their trip. What he believed to be terrible luck, in fact, saved his life. On February 1st, after camping outside, the group began on their trip through the pass. However, due to the weather and worsening conditions, including decreased visibility, the group found to have went in the wrong direction and deviated west. After realizing their mistake, the group decided to end their hiking for the day and set up camp. Before leaving for their hike on January 27th, Igor Dyatlov agreed to send a telegram to the sports club that they participated in as soon as they returned, expected to happen no later than February 12th. On February 20th, without any telegram, the families of those who left for the mountains demanded a search and rescue team to be sent up, worried about the safety of their children. On February 26th, the tent of the hikers was found, damaged badly, with a tear in the side of it, completely covered in snow. All the group's belongings and shoes had been left behind. Investigations determined the tear in the tent was made from inside. 9 different footprints were found heading away from the camp, very little shoe prints. Most were wearing just their socks, some wearing their socks and 1 shoe. After following the footprints, investigators found the first 2 bodies, Ivanoshenko and Doroshenko, completely stripped of their clothes. Both believed to have died from hypothermia. Later, the searchers found 3 more corpses, those of Dyatlov, Kolmogorova, and Slobodin. The situation of their bodies suggested that they were heading back to the tent. However, they all died of hypothermia. The 4 other travelers took over 2 months to be found. On May 4th, the remaining 4 were found under 4 meters of snow in a ravine. 3 of the 4 were dressed very well, suggesting that the clothes of previous bodies were stripped for reuse. Dubinia was believed to have suffered from internal bleeding from severe chest trauma. Nikolai was believed to have died from a fatal skull injury, while Zolotaryov was believed to have died from chest trauma. Journalists covering the topic stated that, 6 of the group members died of hypothermia and 3 of fatal injuries. There were no indications of other people nearby on Kholat Syakhl apart from the 9 travelers. The tent had been ripped open from within. The victims had died 6 to 8 hours after their last meal. Traces from the camp showed that all group members left the campsite of their own accord, on foot. Some levels of radiation were found on one of the victims' clothing. To dispel the theory of an attack by the indigenous Mansi people, Bozrozadeni stated that the fatal injuries of the 3 bodies could not have been caused by human beings, because the force of the blows had been too strong and no soft tissues has been damaged. Released documents contain no information about the condition of the skiers' internal organs. There were no survivors. The skinwalkers emanate from Navajo culture. A skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who possesses the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as any kind of animal of their choosing. What you just heard was called the Bloop. The Bloop was an ultra-low frequency underwater sound detected by the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, also known as the NOAA. NOAA's Christopher Fox originally stated that he did not believe that the sound could have emanated from anything man-made, including submarines. He also stated that he did not believe it could have come from a geological event such as an earthquake. He did state, however, that the sound resembled that of a living animal. According to Fox, the source was a mystery as the sound was much more powerful than that of any known sea creature. However, in 2012, the origins of the sound was believed to have changed from emanating from a marine animal to that of ice calving. However, many people still believe the sound to be that of a large creature. Gangstalking is the belief that one is being stalked, followed, or spied on by a group or an organization. However, those who experience gangstalking have been found that most of the time it has not occurred. According to the University of Roehampton, London, many studies have found that those who believe that they have been a victim of gangstalking have sorts of mental illnesses. However, many don't believe in this research and believe that many have been stalked by large-scale organizations. Tulpas are a concept of mysticism and the paranormal of a being or object created through spiritual or mind powers. An early Buddhist text spoke of an ability to create a mind-made body as one of the fruits of contemplative life. More texts state that the mind-made body is how Gautama Buddha, a Buddhist philosopher and spiritual teacher, and Arhats, one who has gained knowledge on the true meaning of existence, used tulpas to travel to heavenly realms. In the 20th century, Theosophists, a religion developed in the 19th century, conceptualized the Buddhist idea of tulpas into their own tulpas and thought forms. In 1901, a famous theosophist named Annie Besant wrote a book known as Thought Forms. The book divided tulpas into 3 separate categories. The first category is formed in the shape of a person who creates themselves, typically looking like human beings. The second category contains forms that are in the shape of an object or people who may become ensouled, or given a soul, by nature spirits or by the dead. The final form consisted of inherited qualities, such as emotions. In the late 20th century and early 21st century, the ideas of tulpas began to grow popular among many people. Practitioners, or tulpamancers, considered tulpas to be like an imaginary friend, except they're completely sentient. Many communities on 4chan and Reddit also started to appear, dedicated to the summoning of these tulpas. The significance of the number 23 is what led to 23 Enigma. 23 Enigma is the belief that the number 23 has significance to it. First started by William S. Burroughs, the author of Naked Lunch and Nova Express. Burroughs claims that he knew a man named Captain Clark around the 1960s. Clark bragged about having sailed the seas for 23 years without accident. The next day, Clark's ship had an accident, killing him and everyone else aboard. Another incident mentioned by William S. Burroughs was the crashing of an airliner in Florida. The pilot who had flown the plane was named Captain Clark, and the flight was known as Flight 23. Serge Monast was a well-known conspiracy theorist throughout his lifetime. He was well known for writing about the New World Order in the 1990s and writing about many secret societies unknown to the public. In 1994, he wrote his most famous conspiracy theory. His writing detailed Project Bluebeam, a claim that NASA, with the help of the United Nations, was attempting to implement a new age of religion. He believed that the Antichrist would be the leader of this new age, and thus the beginning of the New World Order would begin. The men in black are men dressed in black suits claimed to be quasi-government agents. They have been claimed to harass, threaten, and in some cases assassinate people who have been witnesses to UFO cases. The men in black's one goal is to keep those who have witnessed UFOs quiet so they do not give out any information to the public. The Zodiac Killer was a famous serial killer who is known for his murders in Northern California between the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was well known for sending letters and cards to the San Francisco Bay Area press. The murders committed by the Zodiac Killer include David Arthur Faraday, aged 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, aged 16, shot and killed on December 20th, 1968, on Lake Herman Road, within the city limits of Venetia. Michael Renault Mojo, aged 19, and Darlene Elizabeth Farron, aged 22, shot on July 4th, 1969, in the parking lot of Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. While Mojo survived the attack, Farron was pronounced dead on arrival at Kaiser Foundation Hospital. Brian Calvin Hartnell, aged 20, and Cecilia Ann Shepard, aged 22, stabbed on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berrycia in Napa County. Hartnell survived 8 stab wounds to the back, but Shepard died as a result of her injuries on September 29, 1969. Holly Stein, aged 29, shot and killed on October 11, 1969, in the Presidio Heights neighborhood in San Francisco. To this day, it is unknown who the Zodiac Killer was. Many people have their beliefs as to who the killer is, but no one is certain of the true identity. The Antarctica Pyramid is a mountain located in Antarctica with the distinctive shape of a pyramid. Many people believe that these pyramids are the remnants of some sort of ancient human or alien civilization who were once able to find a way to survive up in the harsh climates of Antarctica. The occult is a category of supernatural beliefs which exist outside the realms of science and religion. Occult knowledge is the belief that these occults know information about our worlds that we don't quite understand yet. Knowledge surrounding things such as death, the creation of the universe, the afterlife, and much more are claimed to have been known by said occults. However, some claim to not share information due to secrecy or widespread panic ensuing. The Key of Solomon, or the Greater Key, is a pseudepigraphical grimoire, or a falsely attributed book of spells, attributed to King Solomon. The book was believed to have been written during the Renaissance, as many grimoires like it have also been written around the period. The Key of Solomon consists of 2 books. The first book contains conjurations, invocations, and curses to summon or constrain spirits or demons. The point of these conjurations is to force the spirit or demon to do as the summoner's wish. Included with these summonings, the book also teaches the user how to become invisible, find stolen items, and gain love. The second book contains purifications that the exorcist, or the operator, should undergo. This is to leave the exorcist with the best possible outcome. Many people believe that these grimoires are real and should be treated as such. The teachings in these books are believed to be taken seriously and that these spells could possibly be used by the correct person. Astral projection is the belief of being able to export one's consciousness out of their body to experience an out-of-body experience. The belief comes from the idea that one has a soul known as an astral body that is detachable from one's physical body. In 19th century France, Alexander Saint Yvens de Aldevire published an account of the lost kingdom of Agartha. Agartha, which is also known by the names of Agartha, Agarthi, Agarath, Agartha, or Agartha, was a legendary lost kingdom said to be hidden in Earth's core. The belief comes from the idea that the Earth doesn't actually have a core, and instead is hollow on the inside, allowing for civilizations to exist without our knowledge. Weather control, or also known as weather modification, is the belief that the government or some kind of organization has the ability to manipulate or alter the weather. Many people derive the belief of weather control off of cloud seeding, in which aircrafts supply clouds with water in order to change the amount or type of precipitation occurring. Many people who believe in greater weather control believe that jet contrails, line-shaped vapor trails from aircrafts, have chemicals residing in them to modify the weather. Others believe that the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, an ionospheric research program established in 1993, is being used to manipulate the weather. Freemasonry is the teaching and practices of the secret fraternal order of free and accepted Masons, the largest worldwide secret society. Freemasonry is one of the most secretive fraternals in existence that still exists to this day. Due to the secrecy of Freemasonry, many conspiracists have connected the Freemasons to different conspiracy theories. One of the most popular conspiracies connected to the Masons is the belief that the Freemasons are the New World Order. Freemasons are believed to have control over modern politics and are able to sway politics in their favor, already controlling the major government of the world. Giants have been a part of many different ancient cultures and religions over the years. However, despite the fact that many cultures have been separated from each other, each interpretation is very close to one another. This has caused many people to believe that giants could have actually existed at one point, due to the fact that each interpretation has much in common with the others. Along with that, fossil evidence of much larger skeletons has led to more people believing in these giants. Cicada 3301 was the name given to the organization that posted a set of puzzles to the public on the internet for the purposes of recruiting only the most intelligent of individuals. The puzzles themselves focused on data security, cryptography, steganography, and internet anonymity. Without much information as to the purpose behind the organization, many people have speculated that due to the puzzle's focuses, the organization's sole purpose was about anonymity and censorship on the internet, as well as letting free speech be unregulated. However, due to the secrecy of Cicada 3301, many people have been led to their own conclusions about what it may actually be. Many believe that Cicada 3301 was an introduction to occult knowledge and principles and recruitment into a cult. According to Tim Daly, the enigmatic Cicada 3301 appears to be drawing participants inexorably into the dark web of the occult, a la Blavatsky and Crowley. At the heart of the enchantment is the counterfeit promise of ultimate meaning through self-divination. What's the purpose behind Cicada 3301? Who's running it? And what exactly are they trying to do? Conspiracy theories are some of the most interesting and crazy ideas to have ever been created, and this video may have just proven that point. I would like to thank all of you for watching and subscribing. The positive feedback I've been receiving is so amazing, and I really want to thank you all. If you enjoyed the video at any point, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Huge shout out to you/Cicada1205 for making this iceberg. And with that, I'll see you all next time.